Hey, how's it going there? Your old pal Jim, Super Picker Flip and Duo. We're gonna do a shipping video. Just showing you what I shipped today for eBay. I think we got one for Poshmark. The other platforms have been really slow. I don't think we sold anything on Mercari all week. Maybe one. Depop. We haven't sold anything on Depop in a while. Yeah, so let's get to it. First thing we've got is this set of 10 Sertron blank cassette tapes. Sertron is not a brand I'm familiar with. I think they're like, they might be like people that do voice recording stuff might be familiar with this brand, but they're certainly not like music quality. I'll say that, like, you know, high bias stuff, more for like courtroom recording, stuff like that. So sold this for $24.75, I want to say. It's only shipping to Maryland, so that's pretty good. I think we bought these for $4, something like that, out of the 2nd Avenue Thrift. Should I bag it or? Yeah, I'll probably box it. Let's do the responsible thing. Getting a late start today. I slept well for the first time in a week, so I took advantage, and yeah, still feeling tired, but I don't know where I'm going with that. Sleep is important, I guess. 864, 2 pounds. Next up, we've got these Vibram 5 fingers. That's the front, that's the back. 2 fronts, 2 backs. They're the minimalist toe shoes. Sold these for $45. Picked them up at the bins, and they weigh like nothing. So I probably paid $1 for them at the bins. And yeah, we will bubble wrap them. Just, I mean, nothing's gonna happen to them. Just, you know. This is just a customer. Man. This bubble wrap that American Bubble Boy sent us is not great. This is not a good batch. Like, it's a brand new roll out of this batch, the first roll out of this batch that they sent us, but I may have to contact them and be like, yeah, we're not pleased with this batch that we got. So it's splitting, and that's not good. Like, that's, for this it doesn't matter, but for the next thing, like, that's a failure in protection, you know. So 10 ounces, 11 ounces, sorry, 11. Ships at 11 ounces for a pair of shoes. Pretty good. Next up, Owl. Fisher Price Owl. I want to say we sold them for $27. We'll get that information in a minute. Typically I use the 12-inch bubble, and that's the one I'm having issues with. We'll see how it goes. I was going to talk about this later in another video and do a special video on this, and I'm going to do that anyway, but I'm going to bring it up now. We are in the process of being scammed again. on eBay, and it's another bait and switch return scam. Customer is returning a Starbucks mug that we shipped out, saying that it broke during shipping. And they sent me pictures, and the pictures are different. And you're probably thinking right now, Jim, how do you know that the pictures are different? Well, the bottom of my Starbucks, let's start here. The bottom of the Starbucks mug that they sent me, travel mug, plastic mug, right? So they said that it's cracked on the bottom, and they were like, "Oh, it must have happened during shipping," which does happen. I shipped mine in a box, so it's not going. Very unlikely that's going to happen. And I started shipping those in a box because that typically happens when you just bag them and you don't bubble wrap enough. So we've switched to shipping those in a box. So the customer sent me a picture of the bottom of the mug, saying that it broke during shipping, yada yada yada. The bottom of the mug still had the Starbucks price sticker on it. The picture in my listing does not. So, unless it materialized during shipping, it is not the same mug. So, I didn't say anything. I didn't say like, hey, it's a different mug. Nice try. I'm just going to let him return it. And then I will say this is not the same product and pull out the receipts, pull out the pictures. Because if I call him out on it, he's just going to pull the stickers off, the label off of the bottom, and then send it back. So I'm going to let things play out. Because he already sent the picture. I have that in the message that, it's not like I added it to the product after he returned it to me. Like, he sent it to me before he sent the product back. And yeah, I mean, he's trying to scam me. And this is happening twice in a week now. 3 pounds. And so keep an eye out for it. Definitely. 1297. Because it's happening a lot to me. Twice in a week is, when it hasn't happened in, I don't want to say it's never happened, but I caught it twice in this last week. Yeah, definitely look out for it. Check your returns. If a customer says something broke during shipping, look at those pictures. Don't just refund, ask for the item back. Like, be diligent about it. So, because that scam is going around. We've got this Echo brand.
I don't think that's Echo.
This is an Echo?
No.
Well, yeah, it's Flint. Flint Arrowhead spreader. Sold this guy for 12 bucks. Free shipping. Not a great sale, but what did we pay? 50 cents maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Either a quarter or 50 cents. So it's basically free money into 12 bucks. Free shipping. Anytime you can sell something for, $12 and then let me start over. Anytime you can buy something for the equivalent of something you would not pick up if you found it on the street. Like if you saw a quarter on the street, you're like, I'm not gonna grab that. but you can buy it like that's free. You know, if it's not worth it to pick up a nickel, a dime, whatever that is, it's free, right? You're not going to miss it. Most people would pick up $1. If you see two quarters, you might pick up 2 quarters. Most people probably would not pick up a quarter. Some might. I'm not, you know, saying you should or shouldn't, or, you know, whatever. There you go. Bubble wrap. But I consider that free. I'm not missing the quarter that I spent on this. So, yeah. Anyway, back to the scam. So, I would always recommend with the scammy stuff, let it play out. Particularly in this case where the only proof I have is a piece of evidence that they gave to me, that can easily be manipulated. Like, they can just remove that tag, and then now I have no proof whether that's my item or not. So, 4 ounces. I also can't, I don't know where I was going with that, but, you know, if I were to call them out on that first message, they could fight it and they could send it back anyway, and eBay, chances are, would side with them, because the product that I received, even though they sent that picture and they still sent it back, the product that I received, oh, yeah, let's show you what I'm shipping. Vidal Sassoon hair curler set with the clips. Sold this for $28.50. Shipping to Florida. It's not going to cost $5 to ship it. But because the item I received is not materially different, with that tag on there, that item is now materially different because my listing photo does not show that tag. So chances are eBay will side with me. It's just extra steps. And now if he were to show me a picture of a completely different item, different color, different brand, whatever, then I can say, hey, this isn't my item. And I would be nicer in that case and say, listen, maybe you emailed the wrong seller or whatever, you know. But in this case, he's clearly trying to get away with something. And I don't like it. It's happening a lot more, and this kind of stuff happens a lot more when the economy is in the toilet, and it is, and it has been for a while. So just be careful on your returns, and it may cost you a bit more money requesting items back that are broken, and you're going to receive stuff back that you can't really do anything with. But you got to protect yourself. I mean, there's this scam, the bait and switch. There's the AI photo scan. There's a lot of different stuff going on. You just can't. eBay's not caught up to the sophistication of the scams that are going on. So we've got to kind of take extra steps to protect our interests. And it stinks because our interests are, you know, in the long run, what, $10 maybe, $15, like that, you know. But, and it stinks that there are these people out there that do that kind of thing. but there are. There are. 4 pounds. So you had in there, you had 3.
What?
You had 3?
Yeah.
12, 9, 7. What else is going on? What else? What else? We're gonna, I don't know, weather. Weather is what's going on. It was 80 degrees earlier this week. It's like 40 now. So, yeah. It snowed. Yesterday it snowed. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Next up, another hair curler set. Vidal, no, this is a Conair. Conair set, sold this one for 30 bucks. It's got the 3 clips here. This is shipping to Minnesota. This does not, I don't know why I pulled that out. We don't need that bubble wrap. This bubble wrap. So I think today we're going to focus on, as I look at what we have to picture here, focus on some clothes a bit, and then maybe work out here a bit. And we're having a good start to the weekend, today being Friday. We've already got a couple in on eBay. Sold some new Marlboro signs that we listed for 30 bucks a piece. And they're not metal or porcelain, certainly not porcelain, but they're just plastic signs. I can roll them up and ship them. So, sold 3 of them to the same person, 30 bucks a piece. All bought from an auction lot that I know I paid $1 for that whole lot. And a lot of it I just threw away because it was a big convenience store display. Plastic, like hard plastic display. That was probably about 5 feet long. And I just kept the advertising parts, the plastic parts that I could just roll up and ship out that way. So the rest of it went in the trash, unfortunately. Except for I've got these little 12-inch signs, square signs that say Cigarette Center, like no branding, just that. So I figure maybe somebody wants that old-timey look for their display in their store, or if they have like a curio in their house that they collect this kind of stuff. I don't know, but if it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I already made $90 off of $1. Like, that's, you know, that works for me. What did we say this box was? 12.9. It's 4 pounds.
I have 12, 9, 11 in there.
Yeah. So we're upping all of our dimensions by an inch for the most part. It doesn't change the price most times, and it saves us from those overage charges at UPS particularly. So, all right, we've got this GE alarm clock with the wood finish. Sold this for $32 to California, so they paid the extra $5 shipping. So $37 to California on a best offer. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what sells best on these different platforms. Like, that's still a learning curve. Yeah, we got Ashley's wrapping up this 40th edition Game of Life. I think we sold that for $26.25. That's where we're back at for our games mostly. From between 25 and 30 for the most part for our games. Anyway, on these other platforms, I'm trying to figure out like what sells on Depop. Depop seems like it's mostly closed. Super trendy stuff. Yeah, like we sold one board game there, and it was a Pottery Barn Scrabble. Like, not something that, not a regular Scrabble. Like, it's got to be Pottery Barn because they love that store, you know, and yeah. So it's got to be super trendy to sell there, from what I gather. Mercari is the real wild horse. Like, I can't figure out what the trends are there at all. Like, it's all over the place. Sometimes it's baby toys, sometimes it's clothes, but nothing super trendy. Sometimes it's, you know, kitchen stuff. Like, it's just kind of like eBay in that way, but maybe a younger generation. $12.86, 3 pounds. And then Poshmark just seems like I gotta think like a woman. I don't see many dudes shopping there. I put up, we're making keychains out of Hot Wheel cars. Put those up there. Nothing. They're not really selling anywhere, really. I don't think we'll be pursuing that much in the future. My son thinks it's cool. He's got one. But that's really about it. Like, I see them, like, if I flip through eBay, I see them in the solds. Like, people are buying them. They're just not buying them from me. I don't know what the deal is, but with those, I'm trying to pick like generic cars, because I'm hoping that, like, hey, if somebody owns a Mini Cooper, they want a keychain of their car, or a Ford Explorer, somebody wants to, or Land Rover, or whatever, you know. 4 pounds. Next up, frying pan. Kirkland Signature Professional 10-inch skillet. Sold this guy, I want to say $37.50. I might be wrong. We'll find out.
$35.60.
$35.60? What the hell kind of price is that? All right, $35.60. I don't know. I guess I don't know what I did there, but whatever. So yeah, we're trying to do keychains. We've had a couple listed for like a month now with like no interest at all. And I haven't really figured out what that secret is. I've also got a couple of Disney characters up, but I feel like it's nothing that anybody would be a super big fan of, except for Goofy. Like there's Daisy Duck, Pluto, Donald Duck, and Goofy. Those are little PVC plasticky type figures, and those aren't doing that. So I don't know. Magazine ads aren't moving, even though I got them up like $5.25 plus $5 shipping, combining shipping. Ashley really wants to get moving because I'm talking too much. 1972, sorry. That's what she's packing up. So yeah, keychains aren't really moving. So and ads really are not moving either. Like I hoped they would. I hoped this would fit in the box better, but it's not. Ads I know are going to be a slow mover. We listed a lot from 1969 and 1968. We sold that one lot, well not a lot. He bought 3 Canon ads, but those are from the 70s actually. So I may need to do 70s and 80s ads and see if those move. And they're all so far National Geographic ads. I did recently pick up a couple of magazines. Look magazine, that's the name of the magazine, from the 60s. And that magazine will have better ads. Like National Geographic, because it's more educational, isn't going to have liquor ads, cigarette ads, the stuff that people really collect. They do have car ads, but not like Camaros or, you know, fun stuff. It's like, look at this station wagon. Like, okay. Like, yeah, station wagons are £4. People, like, I see them redone and, you know, souped up or whatever. 17, 12, 6. But, you know, not a lot. Not like Camaros and Chevelles and stuff. There it is, all wrapped up. So yeah, I think the ads from the magazines that are not National Geographics might do better. Because, you know, like vintage lawnmowers, people fix them up. I know they do. But do they want an ad for their garage, like to frame and put up in their garage? I don't think so. But I got it, if they do. £2. 20. 11, 3. Next up, we got Monopoly Junior, $24.75. I think we sold that, sorry, for $27.
Order value is $30.
$30. Another thing I've been doing, or I started doing yesterday, is using the social tab on eBay. And sharing my stuff to Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram through my pages, not through my personal accounts. What made me think of that is the Sorry game that we just sold was one of those shares. And I don't know for sure if that was from that share or not. That's, I mean,
That game usually sells pretty good anyway.
right. So I did share some ads that way to see if that would do anything. But now I've just got to go back and see if the views have changed. 2 pounds. $13, $12. Yeah. 4. Next up is Silly Street. I wouldn't buy this game. I'm not going to buy it again. We've actually passed up on it a couple of more times because this one sat a while. And then I had to take a best offer after negotiating a bit for $20. Shipping to Oklahoma. So I'm not going to make a whole lot on this game. I'm just glad it's gone. So yeah, I'm trying the social stuff on eBay to create posts and then just share those posts to different platforms. You can share videos to YouTube and TikTok, but you have to have videos in your listings to do that. So I don't think TikTok would want to see a 10-second video of a Linkamoles going, you know, that's not TikTok or YouTube worthy. But you know, if you want to make a fun eBay video and share it to TikTok, you can do that. And I figure, I mean, if you want to gain social media presence, you can do it through eBay and get your posts out of the way that way. Not a bad way to do it. Looks like we sold a pair of Merrell's shoes while I've been yapping on here. And we just got our Poshmark sale and we're done, so. Close. Yeah, it's costing us $9.53 to ship this to Oklahoma City. On Poshmark, we sold a Vineyard Vines quarter zip for $22.50. Somebody had actually offered me like, oh yeah, $14 on it or something. And I went back with 18. They came back, or no, they offered 12. Yeah, 12. I came down to 20, then 14, then 18, and finally I was just like, all right, you know what, 16 bucks, you can have it. And then they just didn't respond, and somebody came in and paid the $22.50. So, or $22. So we're gonna make $17 and change on it, which, like, if you pay $6.50 and you make $17, that's okay, right? It took a long time to sell this thing. Hasn't been listed on Poshmark very long, so that's something to think about, you know, now that we're multi-platforming. All right, we're done. This has been a chaotic video, but we're done. So,
Chaotic about it.
huh?
What's chaotic about it?
Everything I do is chaotic. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all the happy horseshit. We'll catch you next time.